What even is Quitter's Day? Well, it's a day when most people give up on their New Year's resolution. What if I told you that understanding why this happens is a secret to making your goals stick all year round and breaking this cycle? January 17th, more commonly known as Quitter's Day, marks the time when many people give up on their New Year's resolution. This date finds a significant drop in resolution-related activities and goals. But why do we struggle to stick with our resolutions year after year? Is it a lack of willpower, or are our goals too ambitious? Well, it's a bit of both, but the good news is we have the power to choose differently. If you have fallen victim to Quitter's Day, it isn't too late. If you're not looking too optimistic about your New Year's resolution anymore, there is hope. The worst thing you can do right now is convince yourself that it's too late and you'll wait another year to set another New Year's resolution. This cycle will repeat. Instead, reflect on the past year and think about how much your life would have changed if you had just stuck with your New Year's resolution for the whole year. Think about who you could have become. Think about who you can become. Many of us face common challenges when it comes to sticking with our resolutions. Life gets busy, our motivation dwindles, and old habits persist. The initial bursts of enthusiasm we feel on January 1st can start to fade as realities of daily life set in. The initial bursts of enthusiasm we feel is similar to when we feel extremely motivated at night and we think about all the goals for the next day that we want to achieve. Then, the next morning we wake up unmotivated and don't follow through with our goals. This behavior can be explained by the Ainslie-Rockland model of self-control. Let me explain. In a nutshell, the Ainslie-Rockland model of self-control is about choosing between something you want right now or something better later on. The pitfall for humans is that when we set goals, we have a tendency to prioritize immediate rewards over long-term benefits. The reason we feel extremely motivated at night sometimes is that both small and big rewards, like watching TV or taking that first step towards that business idea you wanted, seem equally distant. At this time, it's easier to choose the bigger, long-term reward because it feels more appealing. However, when you wake up the next day, the smaller, immediate reward like watching TV becomes more tempting because it's closer, less demanding, and offers instant gratification. You bias your present self over your future self since your present self gets to enjoy the process of making exciting plans without having to do any actual work. Your future self, on the other hand, is the one who will have to put in all the work. This shift in motivation can make it challenging to stick to your long-term goals. To develop and maintain your nightly mentality, you can split the larger, long-term goals into sub-goals. Completing sub-goals are more manageable and achievable, and each completion will act as reinforcers to keep you on track. It is also important to be specific about your sub-goals. Without the specificity, the goal can become overwhelming. For example, the goal to study math for 1 hour at 5 p.m. will be a lot more effective than setting the goal that you'll study that evening. And that's where the concept of setting SMART goals comes into play, which I'm guessing what some of you may already be familiar with or even have used to set your New Year's resolutions. If some of you have used this method for your New Year's resolution and still find yourself losing motivation, let me explain what you are missing. Let's first start off explaining what SMART goals are to those that are unfamiliar with it. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Now there are thousands of videos online already about properly setting SMART goals, so I will only provide a brief summary. Specific is about setting precise and clearly defined goals. Measurable is about making your goals quantifiable, allowing you to track your progress. Achievable is setting goals that are realistic and attainable. Relevant is setting goals that are aligned with your bigger aspirations, keeping you focused on what truly matters to you. And time-bound is setting a time frame for completion, adding urgency and preventing procrastination. If you are having trouble creating a SMART goal for yourself, I would recommend using ChatGPT to create one that will be conditional to your needs. It is of utmost importance that these SMART goals are carefully and directly crafted to who you are. What is going to work for you will not necessarily work for someone else, and you know yourself the best. Leverage ChatGPT as a base and edit accordingly to your needs and wants. SMART goals are all about creating the infrastructure around how you will go about reaching the goals that you set. Now, this video isn't about creating a SMART goal, but how to utilize the SMART goal effectively. Many of us think that setting a SMART goal will suffice, but that is not enough to remain on this path. Where many people go wrong is setting a SMART goal, but not taking much consideration into dividing the SMART goal into sub-goals. Even having a SMART goal can get super overwhelming. Think action, not goals. This encourages you to shift your focus from just setting goals to planning and taking specific actions that will lead you towards those goals. When you focus primarily on your goals, you're only thinking about the outcomes you want to achieve. To think action, split your SMART goals into further sub-goals by simply being specific. If you have the overall goal to lose weight, and for measurable you put, I will track my progress by monitoring my weight and recording the number of gym sessions I attend every week. You can then set the sub-goal of, I will monitor my body weight every single day when I wake up and tally off on my calendar when I come back from a gym session. Even with this, you can set a sub-goal for the sub-goal where the more specific you are, the easier it will be for you to actualize your New Year's resolution. As you can see, the sub-goals are created through actions. Without actions, goals will remain goals. Let me use an analogy. Think of your SMART goal like a delicious cake you see at the bakery. It's a beautiful, scrumptious masterpiece that you want to eat. Now, sub-goals are like the individual layers of the cake. Each layer adds a unique flavor and texture to the cake as a whole. Now, actions, this is the most important. Actions are the ingredients and steps in a recipe to bake the cake. They are the specific tasks and activities you undertake to create each layer of the cake and bring your goal to life. Just as each ingredient and step is essential to the baking process, your actions are crucial for achieving your sub-goals and ultimately your overall goal. Remember, if you catch yourself losing sight of your goals, it is imperative to reevaluate your plan, create sub-goals, and commit to actions. If you're going to set a goal, go all the way. Now let me leave you with this. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. If you're going to try, go all the way. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, jobs, and maybe your mind. Go all the way. It could mean not eating for 3 or 4 days. It could mean freezing on a park bench. It could mean jail. It can mean derision, mockery, isolation. Isolation is the gift. All the others are a test of your endurance, or how much you really want to do it. And you'll do it, despite rejection and the worst odds, and it will be better than anything you can imagine. If you're going to try, go all the way. There's no other feeling like that. You'll be alone with the gods, and the nights will flame with fire. Do it. Do it. All the way. All the way. You will ride life straight to perfect laughter. It's the only good fight there is.